fucking heal, bro. I want you to know, dude, I'm so fucked up. I just looked back at episode 6 of Heart Gold, and I called Whitney Misty like 6 fucking times at the start. Go back and watch episode 6 at the start. I scream like a and then I fucking called fucking Whitney Misty like 6 times. What do we got? Episode 6? Episode 6 of Narcissu. Last episode we stole some shit from Pachinko Parlor. Maybe. We tried to at least. And in this episode we are continuing towards the Emerald Sea. My time at a standstill, my heart at a standstill. Days of useless trivia upon useless trivia. I've had this is number 5, I think. Days spending gazing at a map, closing my eyes, traveling through unfamiliar roads. Move the fucking mouse. One day, the usual monthly magazines, a photograph on a front cover drew my eyes. A female model in a showy swimsuit, provocative poses on a sandy beach. A smile captured right before the Emerald Sea that I'd always dreamed about. She was probably my age, smiling at me, happily, cheerfully, with her outstanding figure. It wasn't as if I was jealous or anything. Okay, this is a chick, okay. I thought it was a dude the way they were talking a while ago. I didn't own any swimsuits to begin with. I didn't come close to having any need for them. My pajamas were quite enough for me. I spent so many reasons... Can I read? I had spent so many seasons, so many white overcast skies without the want or need to converse with anybody. I like the repetition in this. I remember that day, June of the first year of middle school, the day of my first hospitalization. I remember having ordered a swimsuit. I remembered having done so several years ago now. That day I remembered the swimsuit that had lost its opportunity to be used. I took that school swimsuit, new as the day I bought it, out of the drawer where it had patiently waited for years. I took off my usual pajamas and timidly put on that navy blue swimsuit. I was shocked. It had already been years, and yet it fit me as if it had been made for me that very day, and that swimsuit model was smiling at me warmly, smiling at me from the midst of the Emerald Sea. Smiling at me warmly and happily with that beautiful womanly figure. It was saddening. It wasn't as if I was jealous, no. The truth was that I was probably yearning for it. Yearning for it impossibly, stubbornly, because I knew that it was absolutely impossible. But the huge scars on my chest were telling me to just give up. My lifelong companions, my scars, were telling me to go back to my world of closed eyes. It's the same day. A day has not passed. Around the time when the sun slowly arced down and dyed the western horizon orange, we were on the road as usual. What should we do now? We really had no money left to spare. How is it the same day? Hey, as I thought upon these things, she caught me by surprise by calling out to me. Are you allowed to soak in baths? Yeah, they said I could go ahead unless it was a long protracted bath. I see. I'm about the same way. What she meant by allowed and what I meant by they was that the doctors didn't caution us against it. God damn it, I have fucking Facebook dating because I'm a degenerate and I saw a Facebook notification and it was just somebody fucking... somebody liked my fucking post, because I don't post on Facebook, so anytime I get a notification, it's just a chick that I'm matched with that's gonna fucking get two. You know what I don't like? Here's the thing. I'll try and talk to these women and try and get to know them, and they don't want to answer questions. It's nothing crazy. It's just hey, what do you do for fun? Because you didn't put it in your fucking profile. You know what I mean? So you can plan the date. And then they just don't fucking reply. You know what I mean? They'll be like, hey, hi, whatever. And then, they just won't. When you start asking what they do, it's because they don't do anything. It's because they doom scroll on their phone. They can't, get over themselves to just make something up real quick. Which, whatever, good riddance. But, it's just frustrating when, you think you met somebody and then it's fucking, over before it even starts. But it became this thing where, I would talk to these women for, a long time. Like a matter of weeks, and I would keep trying to set up dates, and they're like, I don't know if I want to go out, and I'm like, then why the fuck are you on a dating app? You know what I mean? The whole point of the app is you put your profile with your picture and your interests and some quirky things about you, you know what I mean, and just give a little taste of your personality, and then you go, yeah, I'd like to go on a date with that person, get to know them better. I want to do that part of it. So you swipe, and then a little bit small talk, and then you're like, hey, I'm not doing anything this weekend. You want to hang out? Or hey, you want to grab dinner this week? And then you go from there. For whatever reason, they don't do that. And some of them, it's because they're afraid of getting murdered. Which, why are you on a dating app if you're afraid of? Why are you putting yourself out there to strangers? And then the other ones, they're just like shy. And it's like, then why the fuck are you on it? You know what I mean? Like, I'm shy. I'm so shy when it comes to like my personal life. Like, if you ever see me in the streets and you like call out to me, bro, I'm gonna be so cold. I am gonna be so like reserved and like uncomfortable, right? Or I'll put up like a crazy abrasive persona to get you away from me. I don't like people. I don't like strangers. You know what I mean? I can put up with a little bit of small talk, you know what I mean? Like talking to the cashier or whatever. I can be friendly, but I sweat like crazy. I don't like it. I don't like talking to strangers. You know what I mean? So dates are uncomfortable. Usually the first like 10 minutes, 10, 20 minutes, you know what I mean, are a little uncomfortable depending on how fast we like sit across from each other. It's a little awkward. But once I get into it, once I'm comfortable with the person, I'm good. Once they're my people, I'm good. You know what I mean? I can be open to myself, and that's the point of a date. Is you go out, you kind of get over that awkwardness, and then you do it. And I don't know if it's the fucking TikTok and the internet that everybody wants, that just instant you meet someone and your eyes lock and I'm gonna marry this person. That's not how that fucking works. You know what I mean? You can eyes lock with somebody and like them, but I'll tell you, bro, love is a choice. I'm sorry. And you're more than welcome to say, nah, I want to lock eyes and just instantly just be completely head over heels for this person and immediately want to merge bank accounts. But holy fuck, how long have I been going? Jesus fucking Christ. Let me stop. Point is that I get really excited when I see one because it's a new person that I am going to get ignored by. There had been many who had been forbidden to take baths due to kidney or digestive tract issues. And now that I thought about it, her problem was probably in her circulatory system, just like me. Well, do you want to take a bath? Is that bad? No, I kind of wanted to as well. Even so, we didn't have enough money to stay at a hotel or an inn. Then do you want to stop by a public bathhouse? Bathhouse? Yeah, we've got the money for that at least. No, it's fine. What do you mean fine? It had already been 3 days since we escaped from 7F. 3 days of their stank ass sitting in the car marinating. Ugh! I be telling her, hey, you want to go to a bath? Ugh. We're allowed to bathe twice a week there. And we had sponge bath. Okay, I was going to say sponge bath twice a day. Then again, we weren't getting very sweaty given the season. Still, you know the depths. The depths, bro. We're getting very sweaty given the season, and since we were in a car, we weren't getting very dirty. Could it be that it's embarrassing for you to be in a public bathhouse? Not really, nothing like that at all. Maybe she likes it, maybe she's weird. Around the time when the sun had completely disappeared and the moon waxed large in the night sky, some distance away I found something that looked like a school. This would have to do. I stopped the car before the gates, and then I rummaged in the back seat through the clump of clothing there. If I remembered correctly, there were 2 to 3 towels in this heap, and then, after sifting through the bunch of clothes, I found a hand towel after all. It had the legend Shiraishi Construction written on it, probably one of those appreciation gifts they gave out like candy. Alright, then wait a bit. Taking 2 towels with me, I headed towards the school. I climbed over the closed gates and looked around anxiously for my target. Ah, there it is. I found a water faucet station, probably for gardening use. Squeak, squeak. I turned the knob and cold water poured out of the faucet. Water cold enough to freeze me stiff. I wet the 2 towels and squeezed them out. Thud. Sorry for the wait. Here. I handed one of the towels to her. And I took off my sweater and started washing myself. The cold wet towel felt pretty good against the warm heating of the car. Hey, you go ahead and clean yourself too. It feels nice and cold too. Okay. She was a little reluctant at first, but then she slowly started undoing her buttons, the shirt and jeans that were all too big on her. Unlike me, she simply washed herself by retracting her hands into her shirt. Say, what is it? Don't look. Oh, sorry, that's right. She murmured with the wet towel in her hands, her clothes half on, half off. It was the first time I'd seen her look like that, a little annoyed, a little embarrassed. Inside the car, our backs turned to each other. Hey, feels pretty good, eh? Yeah. Inside the car, shrouded in the dark of night. Dragging myself off, reflected in the glass of the windows, which also reflected her with her back towards me, drying herself off just as I was. She'd taken off her shirt just as I had. I didn't mean to look, but I could see. Big scars on her chest. Probably post-surgical. Didn't know what for, but they were much larger than mine. Hey. What is it? Is it that strange? Her back turned to me, speaking to me reflected in the window. January, it's been 3 days? Oh, they time skip, that's right. Are we out of gas? The silver coupe in motion underneath the cloudy skies. Driving around without a destination as per usual, it was already 3 days later. And nothing had really changed in that time. Along the way, we'd found a free public open-air bath. And since it seemed devoid of people, we were able to take a bath after all. Other than that, we were out of money. We were running out of gas again. Are you getting tired? Not really. We exchanged these words while eating convenience store-bought rice balls. They might have been tastier than anything up at 7F, but they were becoming pretty boring by now. We didn't have enough money for it to have anything but this kind of meal. It's noisy. What is it all of a sudden? The car's sounding louder than before. Oh yeah, fair enough. That was probably because I cracked the muffler when I was escaping from the pachinko parlor. I hadn't really noticed it, but sure enough, the car was sounding louder. Not a real impediment to driving. But the bigger problem was the gas. I'd already been driving for 5 minutes since the meter had bottomed out at empty, and I only had 900 yen left. Unlike last time, this was obviously not enough. If the car stopped due to lack of gas, we'd be able to do nothing anymore. Having decided, I looked for a gas station, and one that was self-service. We're gonna steal! Having found one, I stopped the car next to the nearest pump. I'm going to get some gas. I see. But don't get out of the car. No answer, but she probably knew what I meant by that. I opened the cap to the gas tank and snaked in a gas hose. Only one other car in the station, and a little building with an attendant within. Probably there to get payment and give back change. According to this notice on the wall, you were supposed to take the receipt to him when done. We could probably make our getaway right now if we wanted. Is what I felt as I looked around the quiet gas station. 23, 24, 25, 26. The numbers went by on the meter. Too slowly, it seemed, unlike last time. I kept wondering uneasily if I wouldn't fill it up a bit faster. Then, after the meter hit 40, right before the tank was full, welcome! For some reason, the attendant who had been in the building up until now came rushing towards us. Sir, are your tire pressure and ashtrays okay? Sir? I thought we were a chick. Huh? Oh, yes, they are. I see. Well, it's cold out, so please be careful. He even started cleaning the windows as if trying to take good care of us. While he did so, the pump detected that the tank was full, and with a businesslike sound, spit out a receipt. Oh, please go over there to pay. He stopped wiping the windows for a second and pointed at the building. I held the receipt in my hand in silence and stood completely still, wondering what I should do. Is something the matter, sir? Oh no, it's nothing. For now, I got back into the car, and I just turned the engine into ignition. What should I do now? The attendant was washing the rear window while it overcooked, so if I floored the accelerator now, he'd be able to read the license plate number right away, and we'd get arrested just like that. But we had to escape now. Having decided, I floored the clutch, and then, just as I was about to shift from neutral into first gear, here you go. Go ahead and use it. She abruptly produced an envelope and took out a 10,000 yen note and gave it to me. You have money on you? I'd never have thought that she had any, and because of that, we'd had so many hardships up until now. Why didn't you tell me? Did you ask? No, well, because you didn't ask. And with that, she turned back in silence to the window. The silver coupe in motion once more. The tank was full again, and we had a 5,000 yen note as change. What had just happened was weighing heavily on my mind. Hey, you know... Here, this is all of it. Before I could get any further, she presented the envelope to me. Can I use this? Doesn't really matter. I looked into the envelope, and there were 4 10,000 yen notes inside. Time out. She had a total of about 50,000 yen. Heard us go, yeah, I could probably, if we had like 10 to 20,000, we could probably get there. And said nothing. Let us go into that pachinko parlor and rob somebody. We were about to get arrested. Alright. This would be enough. But now there was something entirely different on my mind. Why did she have this much money on her? The couple thousand yen that I'd brought with me were just whatever I had on hand at the time. But in her case, it was as if she'd prepared all this in advance. Hey, you know, you said you didn't want to die on 7F, right? And not at home either. Yeah, same here. Then where exactly did you want to go? Didn't you prepare this money just for that purpose? And then I remember what she told me earlier. She was going to go somewhere while she still could. And she asked me, do you want to stop me or come with me? So in truth, is there somewhere you want to go? Not really. That's not much of an answer. There isn't anywhere. That was all she murmured, desolately, sadly. If that was the case, had she been preparing for a trip all by herself without a destination in mind this entire time? It did make me wonder who would do such a lonely thing. But I gazed at her lonely-looking profile, I found my answer. She would. Then how about you? Me? Not really. Don't imitate me. I'm not imitating you. We kept driving along without a destination. One had escaped from 7F without a second thought. The other had made futile preparations without a destination. But right now, anywhere is fine with me. But I want to go somewhere. Ugh. At least for me, I wanted a path to follow. I was fine with anything as long as it was a path. Hey, how about that Awaji Island you were talking about? They can get there with the money we have. Really, anywhere would be fine, as long as it wasn't 7F or home, as long as we could get there. But we couldn't just wander around aimlessly. I wanted to head toward a destination, no matter what that destination was. What about you? Want to try going there? Not really. With that, she just turned towards the window in her usual silent fashion. Those same eyes, the same as ever, looking somewhere into the distance. Just what could she be looking at? So what was she hoping for when she came with me? Okay, there it is. The number 1 route. I'm going to end the episode here. Let me click into it and let me save the game. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. I'm going to get the fuck up out for now. Bye-bye.